$40 million in broadband grants approved in New Jersey. Telecom bills, including the NTIA Reauthorization Act of 2025, passed by the House of Representatives. Centro Telecom unveils plans for a 2,500-kilometer fiber network connecting the U.S. and Mexico, a number of large communications acquisitions, and AI avatars making an impact on meteorology. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. Grants made by the New Jersey Broadband Infrastructure Deployment Equity Pilot Program were approved this week by the state's Board of Public Utilities. The $40 million in grants will go toward projects in 7 New Jersey counties: Atlantic, Burlington, Cumberland, Essex, Salem, Sussex, and Warren. Among the awardees, the city of Vineland, county of Salem, the borough of Penns Grove, along with Brightspeed and Verizon New Jersey Incorporated. The U.S. House of Representatives this week passed a number of telecom and communications bills. Notable in that legislation, the NTIA Reauthorization Act of 2025. That would codify NTIA offices of spectrum management and international affairs in the first such reauthorization since the NTIA's inception prior to the turn of the century. Other bills included the Rural Broadband Protection Act, the Promoting Resilient Supply Chain Act, and the Foreign Adversary Communications Transparency Act. Data center owner and operator 1547 Critical Systems Realty, along with investment management firm Harrison Street, announcing the acquisition of DR Fortress. That's Hawaii's largest carrier-neutral data center, that from GI Partners. Over the past 5 years, DR Fortress has nearly doubled its co-location capacity to help lead Hawaii's digital infrastructure landscape. The existing DR Fortress leadership team will remain in place following the acquisition, including founders Fred Rohde and Rosa White. Another notable telecom acquisition announced this week: Louisiana-based Firelink has signed a deal to acquire Spectracom and their subsidiary ArcWest Communications, expanding operations now into Arkansas with more than 900 route miles of fiber. ArcWest currently provides multi-gigabit per second symmetrical broadband utilizing 3-generation GPON fiber technology. No terms are disclosed on the deal, which, pending approval, is expected to close during the second quarter. Roku is shelling out $185 million in an all-cash deal for streaming bundle service Friendly TV. Roku also announcing first quarter earnings on revenue up 16% to $1.02 billion. The deal for Friendly is expected to close prior to Q3. Consolidation in the streaming sector continues following Disney's acquisition of Fubo earlier this year. Of course, YouTube TV, the dominant player with 8 million subscribers. A new licensing framework for the lower 37 gigahertz band has been adopted by the FCC. This opens up 600 megahertz of spectrum for wireless broadband, internet backhaul connections, and development of the Internet of Things. The lower 37 gigahertz band, currently shared by commercial entities and the government, but without clear rules. Strong first quarter for Corning Incorporated, in large due to the increased demand for connectivity solutions tied to generative AI and their central role enabling data center infrastructure. Posted core sales for Q1, $3.68 billion, which exceeded Wall Street estimates. Another week, another record launch for SpaceX with its 250th Starlink satellite mission. 23 Starlink broadband satellites were carried into orbit aboard a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. 13 of those satellites have direct-to-cell capability. Elsewhere, Mexico City-based Centro Telecom has unveiled plans for low-latency long-haul fiber network connecting Phoenix, Arizona, and Querétaro, Mexico. Project Tikva will cover 2,500 kilometers and is the first of its kind in more than a quarter of a century. The network is designed with AI-ready fiber technology, hyperscale class construction, and it will be fully underground. The Tikva network expected to be available by Q4 of 2026. Over the past year, consumers continue to thin out the video services they watch. Now it's an average of 9.9 different platforms, down from 11.1 a year ago. The services include traditional pay TV, including cable, satellite, and telco, along with SVOD, AVOD, and virtual pay TV services. Average spending on viewing services is down nearly $20 a month to $157.47. And finally, an enterprising television meteorologist is using AI to build avatars to both predict the weather and deliver it via digital platforms. 20-year veteran forecaster Amy Freeze, yes, that is her real name, and it's one of the best ever for a meteorologist, is providing 27 localized forecasts in 9 different markets, and that will soon double. She has spent a couple of months building and deploying avatars of herself that can analyze and present the weather. Freeze used AI to ingest a huge volume of her technical papers and her past on-air forecasts, her blog posts, and information on weather subsets. She spent dozens of hours in the studio recording countless words and gestures in order for the avatars to resemble her while wearing a number of different outfits. She likens the result as her digital twin. Congratulations, Amy, on your groundbreaking efforts. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.